How would you like to go shopping, but every item you shopped for made you money, not cost you? Pretty amazing, right? My name is Alex, and in this video, we're gonna be going over not exactly what I said we would. On the first video, I talked about how I wanted to do a weekly kind of event where I gave you practical information about how to find opportunities around you, apply yourself to find excellent gains, and kind of level up the life around you. And then I started thinking, we haven't even covered the fundamentals yet, so who am I to set you free with such an amazing power? So rewind that back a little bit, and I want to dive a little bit more into kind of who I am so you know why you're even listening to me. Because as far as you're concerned, I'm another guy on the internet, so what do I know? The thing is, I have changed the world around me through applying myself in a variety of different countries and companies and different ways, and it's not because I'm more clever, it's not because I'm more charming, it's not because I'm anything better than anybody, but I do one thing much different than anyone else. I ask questions. Since I was a kid, I've always been very inquisitive, asking, what's going on? What are people doing? What makes them tick? And you might think to yourself, you ask yourself questions all the time. Why'd they get that raise? Why didn't they call me back? Why do people do things like this? But you probably don't say them out loud. And the reason for it is because what's the point, right? We have a million questions every single day. But you'll find that the more you start to vocalize these questions and start putting them out in the world, the more you start to find out where you fit in it. And that's kind of what I started doing. I didn't really know where I fit, where I belonged, so I kind of had to figure that out. From pushing boundaries, bending the rules, breaking some laws, doing the things that I felt was right even if they weren't, it was all based on what I found out from things around me. So with that kind of basic idea, this is why I started finding myself in such strange situations. The places I could take you to, I won't dive into it. But getting more into this, the thing is, when we talk about middlemaning, a lot of people think of the wrong thing. They think of the basic concept of, cut out the middleman, get rid of this guy in the middle, and I think that's because they get a bad rap. Most people think of middleman as likely salespeople, and salespeople always get the bad rap. Just like in Breaking Bad, they talk about how the bad guys always get the ink, the big drug cartel guy. They never talk about the team that took them down. You only hear about the bad salespeople. How do I know? Because I used to be one. Whether we pressure you into a sale, convince you into doing something you don't want, hound you, hard push, whatever it might be, it's not fun, and I know it, and I'm sorry, but I've changed. The thing is, I've met lots of wonderful salespeople who have been working with their customers for years and years and years. I remember at Lexus, I had a guy who worked there for 23 years, and his customers love coming back to see him. Because what a true salesperson does is they find out about who you are, what you want, what you're looking for, and they offer you, they enable you, they take care of what you're looking for and put you two together. And that is beautiful. So when you start mixing in the concept of asking what people want and getting them what they're looking for, you'll find that people actually start to love you. And the way they start to talk about you, because you are a good person, not a bad salesperson like I was, is that they start to recommend you to friends around you. And all of a sudden, you've kind of built your own reputation as being the fixer, the guy or the girl who makes things happen. And don't we all value that pretty highly? Oh, well, that sounds like a pretty effective middleman to me. So how do we get into these kind of situations? How do we start fulfilling what people need? You might be a bit shy, you might not know what to look for, you might not even be sure what people want. So this is where I start to step in and tell you, here's where we start. I will never forget the days of scrolling through pages, Craigslist if it's still a thing, a Gumtree in Australia, Facebook Marketplace over here in Asia, wherever it might be, seeing what people are selling, what they've got out there, and finding out what kind of prices are happening. The reason for it is we're looking for commodities, things such as like gold. There's a stock price or a ticker price for gold. There kind of is a sub-ticker price around the world for hot items like Honda Accords or Apple iPhones. These kind of things, they don't fluctuate too much in prices unless big things happen, new models come out, but on a year-by-year basis, you can kind of see the average prices for these items, and they keep that price because they have to stay competitive because people want them. There will never be an ending market of people who want the right price iPhone. who want the right price, affordable, dependable car. I'll tell you what, one of my first earlier trades back in the day was I bought a Honda Accord with 225,000 miles on it, kind of by accident. I did the test drive, the thing was a beautiful car. Oh my goodness, the leather, the air conditioning, everything. I was like, this is it, it's a great price. I had to drive way out in the sticks to get it. I'm not going back home empty-handed. Well, once I started signing papers and looking at the title, I saw it had 200,000 plus miles on it. And I was shocked. How did this slip by me? I always look at things closely, but it did. And you know what? I thought, I'm gonna take the chance. This is a commodity item. And if I was so easily intrigued by it, even with its mileage, other people might be as well. So once I took it home, write a nice post about it, I actually made an extra $1,000 off of it for a simple drive out and back. It's a pretty good day's work if you ask me. So that's what I'm talking about. Going shopping and knowing that what you buy is gonna make you money. Here's something I wanna talk about. It's called flipping. The basic idea, and the basic of all commerce really, is just taking something for cheaper and selling it for more. Whether it's that you add value to it, you write a better ad for it, you add things to it, whatever it might be, you sell it for more than you got it for. That's it. That's flipping. And so when you take a commodity item and you learn how to flip it, you're in the money. Now, a lot of us know a lot that we're not that patient. We like convenience. Why pay $1 for a 2-liter bottle when I could pay $1.50 for a 20-ounce one, right? Mind blowing. It's convenience. So let's say you start searching around for items that are inconvenient to get, whether that be that you have to wait for shipping, drive out in the sticks to get it, maybe you have to fix it up a little bit. Whatever's inconvenient, you taking on the inconvenience is value. And you might think, yeah, your day's inconvenience can be already for free, whether it be your job's asking you something crazy, you hate your daily commute, whatever it might be. They just don't pay me enough. So let's start making them pay you enough. The thing is, you can start moving items right away from places like eBay, Craigslist, GoFindMe. There's all kinds of different sites, and I'll jump more into that in the next video. But the basic idea is that all you gotta do is take an item from somewhere inconvenient and make it convenient and put those things together, and the people will already want it, making the need to ask questions and add value basically non-existent. But like I said, this is a fundamental video. I don't need you to have advanced level skills to make basic money. So that's kind of that. That's all I want to touch up on today with this little video to keep it short. Next video, I am going to dive into the fine interworkings of where to find these commodity items I recommend you to get into, and how to start shopping where you make money and not spend it. I know. The secret here is that when you buy something, that's when you make your money. When you sell it, you're just negotiating on how much profit you make. So that's the kind of shift you have to make, is that shopping's actually really fun when you're shopping for items that make you money. So if that sounds like something you're looking forward to doing, make sure you watch the next video coming up where we dive all the way into that topic and kind of flesh out exactly what you should do. And I promise it'll be less of me looking at you, talking at this. Is gonna be more of us actually doing some middlemaning. So again, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to talking to you guys next week. Have a great one.